Hey, how is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Fast Beat Loop Racer. And I'm gonna keep tryharding what I started yesterday, which is the extreme mode. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I did see my VOD from 2 years ago, and what I did for this race, this race, I mean the race that I'm currently at, I did get some information from my VOD, which is that I use handling at maximum, something that I'm surprised it even worked, but apparently that's what I did. You can look it up yourself. Like, apparently this was the configuration I used, and then at the end of the race I went on the left side of the lane where these opponents are not in. I don't know if that's gonna work here though, because it's pretty clear that extreme is harder than hard. So if it's working hard, it doesn't mean it's gonna work here. But that's the information I have just looking at my VOD. How useful that information is gonna be now, I don't know. But hey, it's worth a try. It's also possible that not having enough aerodynamics makes it absolutely impossible to even get to these guys. I forget about winning at the end, like just getting close to these guys might be impossible. But it's fine. At least it's nice to have the reference of myself from the past. So that means I probably will need to also look up the Shanghai races whenever they come, because those will be the real problem. As you can see here, getting very far from your opponents is probably gonna happen often, since you don't really have any way to close the distance here. With aerodynamics being at minimum, there's not much that you can do to recover from errors or stuff like that. But I think that all of that is still a little bit irrelevant. What matters is what happens here at the end. Because the issue is that in hard mode, even though those guys go fast, they don't go as fast as they go here. So I have my doubts if this is gonna work, but what else can I try? Like, this is the only thing I can try. Didn't work. I think I did crash against someone that might have made me lose a little bit of speed, but I think here the issue is that they are just faster. But at least using this strategy, it's not like aerodynamics is gonna help me, you know? Aerodynamics here, if I go on the left side, I barely get slipstream from traffic, so... And then if I wanted to do it on the right side, that seems impossible, dude. Like, dodging everyone there is not gonna happen. Hey, I don't know. But don't think it will be rare that I might be stuck the entirety of today's stream on this race. Like, I wouldn't be surprised that that's what's gonna happen. It most likely will happen, but you never know. I wanna try it regardless, you know. Even if today I cannot manage to beat this, it doesn't matter. I wanna do it regardless. I do wonder how many people were able to beat this thing on its stream. Well, the amount of people compared to the amount of people that played it, obviously. If you just take raw numbers, I don't think that many people play this game in the first place, so... Mostly about the percentage of people that manage to do this. And since there are no Steam achievements, you have no way of knowing it. There is absolutely no way to know it. Okay. The corner exit is also very fast, the way I'm doing it. This is the part that matters. I don't think the handling is gonna help me too much going on the right side, right? I don't think it will be particularly useful. So I find it hard to tell if that crash that I had made me lose speed or not. I have no clue. Because if it did, basically a matter of not crashing. But I'm very close, that's the thing, like I'm not far this time. Though, if I can get it with this strategy, the end will be a photo finish. Like the end will be both of us going through the finish line almost at the same time. It's actually gonna be very... well, very cool looking. I don't even know what the next race is. Because I didn't look anything else when I look at my VOD from 2 years ago. I just look at this. I probably should have looked more though. Just to at least know what to expect later. Like aside from that one Shanghai race I remember, there's probably a lot of other things I will have to remember as well. I don't know. So despite having full handling, it's not like you can do these corners without braking. You have to brake. At least a little bit. Enough to trigger like a sharper drift. If you just do it without braking, it's like you cannot really put your car very horizontal. And the way this game works is that the more horizontal your car is, the more you steer. Basically has like the casual drift mechanic, right? Like the more you're moving your car to the side, the more you steer. Well, I overtook Itsuki. I don't remember if I did that last time, so that's positive. He's back at overtaking me. Yeah, I think that no matter what, by the time that the two lanes come, the most likely scenario is that these two guys are ahead of me, without exception. I think it will happen every single time. What an asshole, dude. It is true that I switched lane there, but seems that I cannot manage to avoid hitting every car. Like, there's always one that has to hit me. So pretty funny to see the McDonald's restaurant. That's a very classic thing to censor the McDonald's brands in manga or anime. A very common way is just flip the M to make it a W. Let's just call it Whackdonald's, which sounds pretty funny. Yeah, the food is whack. Well, that depends on where it is. Or what I heard a lot of Americans say, McDonald's in the USA is very whack. But it heavily depends on what country it is. Because it's not like they magically use the same quality of ingredients worldwide, you know? It depends on the country they are in. And for what I understand, the food quality in the USA is not very good at all. At least not the one that is meant for, you know, middle-class people to consume. I think if you want some good quality shit, you probably need to have a higher, you know, higher bad shit. I don't know, I don't live there, so I wouldn't know. I do know that here in my country, in average, the food quality tends to be good. Usually places like McDonald's are not that bad to eat. It's still fast food at the end of the day, but it's not extremely unhealthy. Just a small amount of unhealthy, you know. Could be better, could be worse. Alright, let's try that again. So can you please not hit any car? That would be nice. Like, it's not even that hard to do it from this side of the lane, dude. You have cars going the same direction you are. Yeah, that one stays on the left side, so don't worry about that one. Okay, there you go, nice. So it was all a matter of not hitting a single traffic car. Basically, you have to memorize them, and as I said earlier, yesterday, the traffic cars are static. They are always on the same place. They are not random. So if you memorize them, you should be fine. So that was pretty cool. I don't think I should keep this configuration though, and especially not this decal. This decal is so ugly. Alright. I mean, look. Just like I did yesterday, I could keep the configuration until it proves to not be useful, but it is not a good idea. Like, you need aerodynamics here. Probably. I mean, in general, you need aerodynamics. So we're back at Rion, the protagonist. Hey, I gotta thank myself from 2 years ago for giving me the winning formula. If it wasn't for the me of 2 years ago, wouldn't have been doing it. I actually find it a little bit scary. Well, I don't think it should be scary. I think it probably should be more reassuring than anything, but how the me of 2 years ago, on stream at least, pretty much behaves and talks exactly the same as me of today. Because when I look at older VODs from like 4 years ago or more, usually my mannerisms and my pronunciation is different, my intonation as well. But the me of 2 years ago is pretty much the exact same of the me of today. I mean, the only difference is that I'm using a different code, because I remember that the one that I'm using right now, I needed to send it to the to be washed, because I don't remember exactly why though. What I did that dirtied it a lot, but I do remember that I had to wash it. Alright. Oh, what the hell? interesting. I mean, the corner is interesting, but it is even more interesting to see this guy's cornering. Alright, so unless this guy get a mushroom, this is a free victory. Yeah, and compared to the previous one, this was so free. Holy shit. Also, how is it going, Wasabi? How do I keep getting sick at the least expected times of the year? I don't know, dude. You will know that. I don't. But yeah. You know, I'm about to get sick with the races that are gonna happen here in Shanghai. These are the worst. Like, these ones I remember being pain and more pain and nothing but pain. What I don't remember is if the pain started already or if it was later on. Maybe it does start already. I feel like I remember this guy's image a lot, and that's a bad signal. Yeah, and I remember Chang being there as well. This might be the one. This might be the one that took me an eternity to beat. Well, if it is the one, there's no way I'm beating it with this configuration. Like, in Shanghai, I don't think handling has almost any use. Like, the corners here tend to be super wide. There doesn't tend to be much of a reason to use handling in tracks like this, but we will see. We will see what happens. Hopefully we are fine. You can see here how long this whole section is. It's a whole tunnel that only starts having a corner here, but the rest is just a full straight, you know? That looked funny. I'm pretty sure it was this one. Like, I'm remembering the way the track looks as well. I'm pretty sure this one was the one. So this might be a problem. Well, I mean, I guess it's better than it happens sooner than later. Probably. It's 100% this one. Like, it has to be this one. But what also has to be is that handling as expected is absolutely worthless here. So we gotta go with full aerodynamics most likely. Because there is only, I mean, there are multiple corners, but in reality, I don't think you need that much to get them. And the most rough one, which is at the exit of the tunnel, is very early in the race, so... Alright. Well, handling you go down. I feel like going 5 though is a mistake, but... I need to try extremes first and then we can make better adjustments later. Imagine just going out your day driving on those roads when all of a sudden a bunch of guys come speeding past you and almost crash into you. Well, yeah, believe it or not, that happens in real life. It's illegal street races are a problem. They are also a problem here. And a lot of people usually die because of it. So, yeah. It's a little bit fucked up to imagine it, but it is like that. I mean, obviously these games always have the disclaimer, don't try to do this shit in real life. A lot of people do try to do this shit in real life. You know? I find it hard to imagine it, mostly because I don't drive. And I will probably never drive, so I don't really think it will be a problem for me. Well, it could be a problem with me as a passenger, though. If that is the case, then yeah, I will feel uneasy. I mean, I remember it's not related to street racers, but I do remember there being one instance of me being like, this was very long time ago. Like, I'm pretty sure I was a kid, that I was inside a car with my family, and like basically the one that was driving went past a protest. I mean, by went past, it sounds like I'm saying that he ran them over. No, I mean that he went through a place where a lot of people were protesting, and that was a very fearsome thing, a fearsome feeling. I've seen all those people around you, all of them with very angry energy. Nothing happened. Well, nothing bad happened, I mean, thankfully. So, we're fine. I mean, I'm here all those years later, so don't worry about it. Nothing too bad happened. But yeah. I don't know if this thing is gonna take that long or not. I feel like if I can make the final corner fast enough, the rest shouldn't be that hard, but like, I probably thought the same thing 2 years ago, and I retried this race like 10 times, if not more, so damn, I can't believe that of the first 3 races of today's stream, 2 of them are absolute pain. That's messed up. That's very messed up, I gotta say. Yeah, I guess you can say that it's better that we take the pain away from us as soon as possible, right? But the pain won't stop to, like, here. I also remember there being some races in Beijing that were not easy at all. And here, of course, there can be the added factor that because it's extreme mode, some of the ones that weren't that hard on hard will actually be a problem here. Essentially, for now, we don't exactly have an estimation of today's pain. We just know that today there will be pain. We just don't know how much and when exactly. We already experienced some, but there is most likely more to come. Yeah, that's another thing I remember about this race being super annoying. You're obviously very closely keeping track of this guy's slipstream, so a lot of times you cannot see the traffic cars, obviously, because this guy is blocking them. So that is essentially the worst part of this. Like, what makes this so unbelievably annoying is that you have to keep them, you have to follow him closely, but there is only so close you can go without crashing against a random traffic car, you know? But yeah, well, unfortunately we get out from a wall to go straight into another wall. That's a shame. Seems that we cannot catch a break, but it is what it is. At least I knew what was coming. I'm mentally prepared for it. In fact, I'll even tell you more. I'm mentally prepared to not be able to beat this today. I mean, the mode in general. I want to believe that I can beat this race today. I really want to believe that. But I cannot expect the same to happen to the remaining missions. So anything goes here. Anything can happen. At least the good thing is that as soon as I'm done with this game, I'm gonna go back to chill at Gran Turismo. So that's nice. Being able to relax like that. I guess at least the good thing is that this race is not really that long. I do feel like the tunnel is a little bit too long, like too unnecessarily long. What can you do? You might think that overtaking this guy, that's it, but no, he goes very fast, and unless you constantly block, he's not gonna get away from you. Well, not him and not the other guy either. You essentially will have to start blocking both of them at the same time, of course. Let's go. Nice. Team, that was probably for like a millisecond. Alright, this took less than expected. This actually took less than expected. Whew. That was so close. Nice. Alright, that's a good way to start it. That's actually a good way to start it. But yeah. The pain is not over yet, but that's a gigantic pain being, you know, just taken off from me. It took longer on hard, but it's most likely because on hard I didn't know what I was going against, you know. Now I was mentally prepared. But yeah, my prediction is that there's gonna be an event that is gonna be even worse than that, and that it wasn't worse in hard mode. Oh, and this is a long-ass race. 13 kilometers. This is a very long-ass race. Holy shit. Okay. Well, gotta be ready for it. I still think that in the entirety of Shanghai, this configuration is the winning one. Like, I'm even tempted to say, no matter what track inside of Shanghai, this configuration is the best one. Like, choose full aerodynamics and the lowest handling possible. And then I think I will have to turn it back to like a more balanced setup when we get to Beijing. There is still quite a bit before Beijing. Don't worry about it. Okay. And you can tell that these are the type of corners that you're gonna get. And the lowest handling can, no pun intended, can handle them very well. Wow, Fei Long. That should be an illegal overtake. Well, I mean, everything we are doing here is illegal, but you get the point. That's a very dirty way to overtake someone. Nice. I like seeing finishes like that, and they are not, at this point of the game, they don't seem to happen very often. Like, it seems like the AI always speed ups at the end, so if you're not already on the lead, most of the times you are not winning, but when it happens like that, it looks so cool. Alright, brother and sister. Fei Long and Chaming, what? No, Fang, wait, who is Fang? Is that the bald guy? I think it was the bald guy with like shades. I don't know if you can call it shades. I'm not sure how you call that in English, but basically those... Okay, never mind, it's not that guy, it's a different one. And what was the name of the bald guy? Well, who gives a shit? Who cares about this character? Ouch. I'm surprised that it hit me, but whatever. But it's quite crazy just how many straits there are here in Shanghai. And this really feels like probably the closest to Tokyo extreme racer that you're gonna find. Like full-on straights with like very fast corners like these ones. It is probably the closest thing to that game. I should play one of those games at some point too. Just that, ironically, I'm not a fan of this type of racing. If it wasn't for the fact that I, randomly 4 years ago I decided to make a big deal out of the completion of this game, I wouldn't think very highly of this game. Well, it's hard to say, like, because I still think it's entertaining, but if I had to have a more objective view at it, it would be a different story. Okay. Now first trying everything else, is that how it's gonna be? It's also something that I remember from hard mode, that there were a couple of stinkers, and then for the most part it's like not extremely easy, but nothing compared to those stinkers, Those stinkers are the real issue. We're fine for now. Now, I'm a little bit worried about this guy appearing again. It seems that every time... Oh, not to mention Shun is here too. That's the guy that was in the 2-lane race that also costed me a lot. I mean, the one that made me leave the stream for today. The game for today. So these two guys on the same race seems like trouble. But the thing is that it has nothing to do with the characters. This is essentially just whatever the developer wanted the difficulty to be in each race, and that's the end of that. Nothing more, nothing less. So this one might be free. Stupid ass traffic car. I do wonder what that's an interesting point, I feel. What would I think of this game if the first time I played it was today? Instead of being 4 years ago, where I probably had more patience and more, like a higher tolerance for indie games. Like, would I still think relatively highly of it? Or will I say that the game sucks? I don't know. Maybe it will be the same story, but I don't know. I feel like first experiences are very important, and when the first experience happened as well. So that was free. So yeah, this guy's being here doesn't mean anything as expected. Alright. Oh, a new decal, the Liu Custom. Okay, red and white. Looks nice. I mean, nothing super out of the ordinary. We can try it once. It's just that I don't think with those colors it stands out too much, but it's fine. I also, you know that I saw a screenshot on Steam community of this game of apparently a lobby with people playing it online. So apparently the online of this game works. Or like exists. Obviously I don't expect anyone to be playing, and much less for the game to be playable, the connection to be playable. But apparently it actually works. That's cool. If I went online, I will be able to brag about all the decals that I got, you know. I could. Yeah, essentially the way you unlock the decals is it's like mostly exclusively for playing on its stream. The majority of them are unlocked here. I also wonder what's the highest class number. Right now I'm on S29, but I don't know how much higher it goes. Would be nice if S30 will be the maximum, so if I manage to beat this mode, we'll be able to beat it when I'm, you know, at the top. That was a very long corner there. Ah, fucking truck. I gotta he say that's some fancy driving while laughing. I think he meant that ironically. I have a feeling. Now he's going more aggressive. You drive like that, you don't stand a chance. Okay. Damn. I can't believe these races are so free. Like, if I knew that they were gonna be this free, I would even risk beating everything yesterday, but I don't know. Okay, I don't like this decal though, as I said. But it's not that I don't like it, it's that I simply prefer this one, and mostly because of the colors. If this one instead of white it had blue, or well, whatever this color is, because this is not exactly blue, it's similar, but it's more like, I don't know what color it is, but I like that color. Maybe he was congratulating you so much that he couldn't he couldn't help but feel visibly happy. Yeah, surely that's what was the case. Yeah, I mean, it could be, though keep in mind, these characters are never talking to the player. The player is an spectator that has no stakes in the race. That I feel like that will never not be funny to me. The fact that the player is a mere spectator and yet it's important that he wins the races. And the other guys don't seem to care that you are there. Like, the other guys are basically like, oh, look at this fucking weirdo following us. So let's pretend he's not there. He's probably gonna go away after that. Yeah, that's the funny thing of how it works. It's also pretty messed up how these races seem so different in terms of how it works. Like the fact that for the most part on the race you are on the lead, even though in the other ones you were like the ones that were the hardest ones, you were only on the lead at the end. Which obviously, because otherwise how the hell will you win? But it seems like a very... that sucks. Seems like a very messed up thing. Okay, judging by this final corner here, might be important to put more points to handling. Because that corner not only is at the end, but it's very long. So we can... I guess it's not necessary to make it fully balanced. We can go 10 handling and 15 aerodynamics, for example. Something like that. Because yeah, that corner will be crucial. So aerodynamics back to 15, handling to 10. See how that goes. Hopefully it goes well. But I don't know. Also, how is it going, Sunshine? I'm doing well. I'm trying to fulfill a promise that I did 2 years ago. Yeah. I'm very stupid with my promises, you know. I say that I'll play something like a very long time in the future and I end up doing it. Because a promise is a promise no matter how ridiculous it sounds. I say that I will beat this 2 years after I unlock the mode, and here we are. So I have a feeling I probably should cut it out with those promises, because I feel like lately there are some times that I rather not do them. Like just in this case, for example, I would have preferred to keep playing Gran Turismo, but since this promise was there, I had to stop and play this. I think that I probably will stop with those type of promises, as funny as they are. But it feels like sometimes it might cut out my inspiration, you know? They're not bad. Nice. But yeah, another promise usually also involves playing Dead Smiles on Halloween. Like that's one that I'm gonna do this year. I think that after this year I probably am not. Wow, that was quite a difference from the previous attempt. Holy shit. Alright. Well, we're on to the final chapter, Beijing. But damn. I have a feeling that at the end of the day I'm gonna beat this very quickly. And that I should have done it yesterday. Though, keep in mind that yesterday, if I kept going, at this point I will be around the more than the 4-hour mark. So it's possible that maybe I can beat this in a reasonable amount of time. But I also do remember that some races here were very tough. Oh, this guy is the one I was talking about. So his name was Chen. Yeah, and those things that he has in his eyes, I don't think you call those shades. You call it something else, but yeah, whatever those things are. I mean, they are glasses, just very stupid looking ones. Hey, that's fine. The final chapter, 6 races, it's on. I'm really wondering what might show up after this, because I cannot imagine there being another difficulty. Like, this one is called Extreme. I really don't believe there's gonna be anything after Extreme, you know? Like, it just seems like it won't be the case. Isn't Fei Long in Street Fighter? That's the same comment that Wasabi had. You know, this is another Fei Long. Has he changed careers? Well, I think he changed careers, he changed face, he changed his skin, because he's full of tattoos right now. He changed a lot of things, I feel. Yeah, the Fang guy. It's just that Fang is not it's not as classic as Fei Long is. When people think of Street Fighter characters, they are always most likely thinking about the original World Warriors. Like the 8 originals plus the bosses. So also, this might be one of the races that took a long time last time, because I also remember this long straight at the end being a problem. I think this was one of the ones in Beijing that took me a while last time. Well, that's fine by me. If anything, I prefer it that way, because if I end up beating this quickly, I wouldn't know what else to play later today. I could play Project Diva, but that will be quite a switch in style. Yeah. Project Diva is, at least to me, it's never a bad idea to play it. But, you know, forget about that. If there has to be a plan B, what could I do as a plan B? I feel like at this point, Blue Revolver is always the plan B that shows up in my head, but I don't know. Because if it comes to doing another thing related to cars, all the things that I have in mind are things that I want to do them in their own stream and not now. So because of that, I feel that it wouldn't be something related to cars. I don't know what it would be. Okay, don't worry. I could play UFO. No, see, that's a bad idea, guys. If I play UFO, that will be quite a change in style as well. Except that it's on a game that I absolutely hate. So no, not a good idea. Alright, so what's happening here is that I'm getting fucked on the final corner, and that's carrying over to the final straight. Because this is the final straight already. Like, this goes here until the end of the race. So essentially I cannot fail that corner. Like, that corner I have to do it well. Because otherwise you are not making it to them. You have to do that corner. Okay. I don't know, will this configuration be okay? Will I want more aerodynamics? Because, I mean, if it involves doing a hard corner, it's probably a better idea to, you know, to have at least a little bit of handling to do it. So, we will see. Hey, don't worry. If anything, at this point, struggling to win is something I welcome, just so I don't have any excuse to play anything afterwards. Of course, I could also end the stream whenever I'm done. I mean, it's not like when I'm working that I have to remain on my computer regardless of if I'm doing something or not. But yeah, I usually don't like to end the stream very early. You know, I like following a routine, you know? And since I like following a routine, that also involves, well, doing the stream for as long as I'm used to. We'll have to think of another game. Before doing any of that, I have to worry about winning this. Those seem to be more pressing matters right now. I like how not even the CPU does the corner well, but it doesn't matter because of CPU privilege. Okay, this is the... no, it's not this one. This one is. This one is the corner that I keep fucking up. I guess it's just a very fucked up corner and that's the end of that. Because I keep fucking it up, even though I'm trying to do it different every time. Alright, at least having caught this guy's slipstream. I need to catch Fei Long's slipstream. And Fei Long is actually a lot further from me here. Hey, I'm actually wondering if I shouldn't just go full aerodynamics here. Because I like that last corner at the end. It's important to do it well and all of that, but that ending is crucial. I think I'm gonna do one more attempt with this configuration, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna go full aerodynamics and see how that one works. We gotta switch it up at some point, you know? We gotta do some stuff. I like the design of Fei Long, though, I gotta say, in this game. I think that that's something that every time I play this game I always say. But Fei Long looks pretty cool. And considering that I think he's supposed to be like the main villain of the game, he is supposed to look cool. He looks pretty nice. But it's something that is always important in anything that... in any story that has a villain, that the villain is very important to be as interesting, if not more interesting, than the protagonist. Because the villain is the one that will set the stage for the story. So the villain better be as interesting as possible, you know? It has to be. Okay. That corner wasn't abysmal. It could have been a lot better though. But at least I'm in Fei Long slipstream here. So I should be able to overtake. I should. Okay. Now the question is if he can overtake me back. No, he cannot. Well, unless I crash head first into that car that was incoming there. Okay, that worked, nice. So that's gonna be S30. No, there is still more classes after S30. We got a decal though, Diamond Custom, which is basically like the same one as the other one, but with the colors reversed, right? Let me check. Well, not the colors reversed, simply a different color. Yeah. As I said, a lot of black and white is what I'm seeing. Lots and lots of black and white. Yeah. That's okay. Huh. So this is such a Japanese thing to do, right? You need to beat this guy to defeat this other guy. Even though you don't, you will just defeat the other guy instead. It reminds me of the mistranslated Street Fighter quote. You have to beat Shen Long to stand a chance. It's probably mistranslated precisely because that's probably a very common thing to say. You know, like unless you beat this other person completely unrelated to me, well, unrelated in the sense that, you know, it's a different person. Unless you can do that, you ain't beating me. It seems like a very classic. Or another quote that is like, you are like a couple years too young to be challenging me or something like that. Well, they don't say a couple years. Usually the phrase is like, you're 100 years too young to challenge me, as saying like, you're never gonna beat me. Like, stop trying because you suck, basically. Alright, that was free. That was a fun race, yeah, I guess. It was a free race as well. You can call it fun, I don't see why not. Might as well. Alright. But yeah, I'm gonna change the decal back to the Rio one. Just like this one. The little devil looks a little bit goofy, but I think it adds to the charm, if anything. It's pretty nice. Well, Rio makes a comeback here, and Rio, it seems that ever since his car got stolen, he never took it back. Okay, I didn't read his story, but he basically is using his replacement exclusively. It's a cool looking car. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's meant to be a Lotus, right? Like a sports Lotus car. Well, we played Gran Turismo not long ago. That car in Gran Turismo is pretty much the Lotus Hélice. Okay. I like the sunset in this track so much. I still can't get over the Mao portrait here in Tiananmen Square. Pretty funny. They want to make the location relatively accurate. Ouch. Uh-oh. I think we actually should be fine. I feel like it's so messed up how easy these races are compared to so many of the other ones where overtaking at the end there after doing such a slow sector will be impossible. It's just so messed up. It's like, what are you doing? It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, pretty funny nonetheless. So, only 3 races remain. How hard can they be? I don't know. Maybe not so hard. I mean, quite honestly, I feel like the only one that I remember that was very tough was the one, like the first one here in Beijing. I think that after that one, I don't remember any specific one. And I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. Oh. Oops. That's a very bad corner. Also, I haven't really been paying a lot of attention to the songs, but are all the songs different, or do they repeat in the races? Because something that I noticed is that a single race has the same song every time, but I don't know if these songs repeat like in between races, or if it's one song per race, which will mean that it will be a total of 48 songs. That's what makes it probably not the case. Not like these songs are extremely high quality compositions, but I mean, it's still a little bit ridiculous for a game like this to have 48 songs. Because these are 48 original songs. It's not like they license Eurobeat songs from the Super Eurobeat albums, you know? Wasn't really like that. Okay, this one might be a problem. This one actually might be an issue. Okay, it's okay, like, I'm happy it is. I'm not gonna hide it. I am happy that these are hard to beat. Just so I can use more time. I'm throwing for content. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm not throwing, but I'm just glad if the remaining 3 races. Well, if the remaining 3 races take me the rest of the stream, that will be a little bit fucked up, because that will mean that each one, on average, will have to take me like 40 minutes. Like, I will have to take 40 minutes to beat each one if I want them to last me till the end of the stream. I mean, it will be half an hour too, because it's not like I'm a stranger to finishing the stream at the 2.5 hour mark, but still pretty funny. If that was the case, obviously, it will be pretty funny. But I will welcome it. I personally would. Well, I think what I can do here is start speculating assuming that another difficulty gets unlocked after this one, what will it be called? Master? Like Supreme? God? How could a possible next difficulty name can be called after extreme? Just keep in mind that you go from like normal to hard to extreme. Well, it could be lunatic, just copying Toho shamelessly. It could be lunatic, yeah, why not? Why would it not be the case? It's just that if that's the case, I can imagine like a lot of these races to be done harder without problem, but I wouldn't be able to imagine the ones that took me a while. Like, how do you make those even harder? Because I feel like I was at my limit and I barely been able to beat them, you know? So, could be anything. Well, 2 more to go. But at this point, rather than thinking what name the difficulty could be, is thinking what I'm gonna play next. I think that seems like a more important thing to worry about. It's fine. I mean, Blue Revolver is not... But I don't really want to play Blue Revolver. It wouldn't be a bad idea if I wanted to play it, but I don't. It will have to be something else. I have another idea, but it's probably the most stupid idea I could have. Which is playing like one of the entrances of Gran Turismo 3 to try to unlock a Formula car. That's such a dumbass idea though. There is absolutely no reason to do that. The problem is that I wouldn't know exactly what endurance you can fit in the remnant of the stream either. Because I don't think most of them, they say the duration in time. They should say the duration in laps. So I wouldn't know. Yeah, that could be an option. Even if it is a dumb one, it's an option regardless. Well, that was also absolutely free. Like them. I definitely could have done this yesterday. It probably would have taken very close to the same amount that it took in hard. The same amount of time, I mean. Oh, that's a pretty cool looking skin, actually. And that's because it's so different from the other ones. Well, it's gonna be the last race, so might as well use that. I wonder if it's the last one. I have 20 in total. At the same time, a lot of these say Type A. Well, most of them have Type A and Type B. But these 3 ones that I have here only say Type A. So maybe there will be a Type B for each one. Yeah. Well, It's gonna be another show off against the protagonist and the villain. Just that this time they are friends. They don't have hate and all of that. No, they love each other. They are inseparable. Oh shit, we have the flat boys thingy on the on the back of the car. That's messed up. Shit. Oh, this is also a very long race, by the way. Well, since it's supposed to be the final race in the game, it might as well be long. I don't really think these guys are gonna... I will have to see how the ending is, but I kinda doubt that these guys are gonna have a hard final race. They are getting all excited and shit though. They are getting fired up. I will assume that here I most likely should unlock like a Fei Long skin, right? Since in the previous one it was against that guy that they called the Tiger and I unlocked his skin. Here it's probably gonna be the same thing, right? Oh, these are the two... well, 3 sharp corners. Ouch. Okay, so that's how it's gonna be. We're gonna have 3 sharp corners at the end. Well, in that case, I might need more handling here. It's gonna be that sequence of corners. I don't know if I should make it 13-12 or if I could make it 15-10. I probably want, because those are some very sharp corners. I think 15-10 will be more fitting. 20-15-10. We'll see how that goes. Very fucked up to have all those 3 corners at the very end of the race. Just like that. Just because they feel like it. Well, this also means that the slipstream is gonna be a lot weaker as well. That's part of the deal. I don't know why I tried to focus here at the beginning when it's completely irrelevant whatever happens at the beginning. Especially on a race that is this long, you know. It really serves no purpose to worry this early at all. I think here you will see the difference in aerodynamics early on in the race. Like, I probably won't be able to overtake whoever is at first. Or maybe I will. Okay, never mind, I guess I will. I guess they are not that big of a deal after all. You know what I just thought about? How in theory you are not allowed to change the car unless you create a new profile, which maybe I'm wrong about that, but then you have this guy that is the protagonist, that is the only one that actually did change his car. That seems a little bit unfair. That was quite a crash. Actually, because of that crash, I don't think he can overtake, but Fei Long can. Fei Long is still in the race. Well, no, it doesn't matter. Well, I win. I beat the game. I beat the extreme mode. So I don't know what's gonna happen here. So it says, there are those who those. Well, that's probably the same pets that it said before. And here it says, unlock all chapters cleared. Oh, and you get the credits. See, that's what I was saying, like in the previous streams that I play this game, that the game hasn't shown the credits yet. Like every time that you beat the actual game, it doesn't show up, but here it does show up. Well, so there you have it. Wait, does this thing have an actual manga, or are those just things that the guys decided to drive just to, you know, just to have something to show on the credits? Because those are legit manga pages. Well, legit in the sense that, you know, they look like they could be from an actual manga. Maybe they just made it for the game, and this is actually not based on anything. It's just an original game built from the ground up. I mean, that only took 4 years, you know. Took 4 years. Yeah, that's because I felt like doing it that way. I could have easily just done it in 3 days, well, maybe 4 days, and it would have worked regardless. But yeah, I guess I made it more special this way. Anonymous coward. Huh. Are these credits real? Are these real people? What do you mean by anonymous cowards? It's a weird thing to say. But yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen though once the credits end. Like, it just it's probably gonna throw you back to the title screen, but like, I'm pretty sure it already did when you beat the previous difficulties. But the question is, once you load your profile, like, you're just back here and you can pick anything, I'm assuming. Probably. I feel like this is something I could have definitely done yesterday. If I did it yesterday, at least if it was exactly the same time that it took today, it would have been like almost a 5-hour stream. But I think that today I did get pretty lucky in that first Shanghai race went very well. Like, it took only 3 attempts. That could have taken a lot longer with less luck. Alright, so I unlock a decal. Yeah, Fei Long custom as expected. Well, that looks pretty cool too. Shame that we're not gonna even use it yet. I mean, what will I even use it for? Master of Swiftness. No, that looks very cheesy. Looks, I mean sounds. So essentially, yeah, like that's about it. Though I never saw what this mileage mode is. What kind of action movies are you gonna film with that? I mean, probably none because the game is over. But wait, hold up. So the extreme mode here is basically like, yeah, you can choose the chapters like that, but I feel like you cannot change the difficulty. Like, it's basically extreme mode whether you like it or not. That's interesting. I guess I can just do like another race simply to showcase this decal. Because that's a very cool looking decal without a doubt. You know? It looks pretty nice. But yeah. The thing is that essentially well, instead of doing this, I should have checked the free mode. Because you know that I never really play the free mode. I don't even know what it has. But yeah. I could look it up. Like, apparently the free mode makes the game like an open world game or something. Like, you can just roam around the world like it's nothing. But this thing looks very cool, this skin. A little bit weird though to me, two things. First of all, that you cannot change the difficulty, like you're gonna play on extreme on this save file whether you like it or not. Or the fact that you cannot change your car. Like, once you pick your car at the beginning of the game, you're gonna use that car for eternity, for the rest of your days. You will use it whether you like it or not. It's pretty messed up. It is what it is. I guess it was to be expected that there wouldn't be any difficulty after extreme. As I say, some of those races, the one that took me the longest, you don't have too many ways to make them harder. Like, there's only so much you can do to not make them impossible. I mean, they were already very close to the line of impossibility, the way they were, so it's pretty fucked up to see how free the first race is, but I guess it obviously makes sense, you know. But yeah. Well, I guess here you can repeat the chapters if you want to farm level. I don't know why you would want to farm level, but if you want to do it, you can do it. Why not? So, I wanna see this. I wanna see this mileage mode. You can... Wait, hold up. No, sorry, I'm stupid. I was seeing the same ones every time. So, you basically run around... wait, hold up. Since there is no objective here, how do you even go back? Like, this game apparently doesn't have a pause mode, a pause button, you know? Like... But it says... Wait, record holder? What do you mean record holder? Didn't you say that this is free? I think that you... Well, it's not free, I guess. I mean, you have a countdown. You have... Wait, you have a time? What? Dude. Free? This doesn't look very free to me. Wait, and who is this guy? Huh? Did I fail? Oh no, this guy just appeared. Oh, okay, I get it. This is basically the Tokyo Extreme Racer mode. Is that how it is? I didn't even know this game had something like that. And this guy isn't even from the story mode. It's just appearing here. Huh. Well, that's like a whole new game. Want a shop? I already have a shop. So this is what it means by win streaks. I don't think it counts that. Like, I think that thing on the top right is merely like for online. It's not for this. And well, I didn't know that this thing was something in the game, actually. Pretty cool. Well, I guess that's something that I can try doing with the remaining time on the stream. I'm amazing. Am I? It's more that you suck, rather. Well, that's also another thing. Since this mode doesn't really have any difficulty choice, I'm assuming that all of your rivals are essentially just as hard as they will be if you just started playing the game. Which means that right now, with how absolutely broken you are, because you have full stats on everything, like these guys will not be a problem whatsoever. You know? Though it's impossible to keep this going forever. Because you have a time limit, and every time that you beat someone, you gain 10 seconds. So it's impossible to make this. Okay, some of these are characters from the story. Well, maybe the first one was a character from the story. It's kinda interesting because this is the only time in the game where these guys actually like talk to you. They are not talking between each other and completely ignoring your existence. Here is like you have their full attention. I wasn't able to reach the finish line. So essentially the objective here is see how far you can do it. That's it. And these leaderboards are obviously local. So that's some very weird shit. The furthest? What kind of title is that, dude? I mean, I guess for completion's sake I could do one in each track, I guess. I just find it to not be that interesting, but I could, I guess. I mean, sure. But damn. If the stats of my opponents are not like balanced to my stats from basically beating the whole game, it essentially is impossible to lose. Like, you're not gonna lose. Though the total distance of the track, maybe that's like the way to win, if you wanna call it that way. By managing to do the whole thing without the time ending before you reach the total distance, right? Maybe that's the idea. I'm not sure. Could be. But no, I don't think the game cares about that. Like, it's basically getting the most distance possible and that's it. It's pretty... What do you mean, how could I lose to an amateur, dude? I beat the story in the in the highest difficulty possible. Watch your mouth. Wait, is this guy coming again? Yeah, it's the same guy. Or is it? Or am I stupid? Isn't this the same guy as before? So, the rivals are essentially random. Well, that's a little bit lame. I thought the rivals were related to the place you were in. Unless I'm a moron, but... yeah, maybe that's a different guy than the previous one. Now I'm not so sure. For some reason I didn't pay attention to the previous guy's name. Or car, or anything, really. Maybe they are not random. I don't know. I guess I will have to check in the VOD. Well, the reminder here is that the total distance of this track is 13.5 kilometers. So if I reach that distance, will the event end? Or, well, it seems that I will reach that distance, so I don't think the event is gonna end. I think it's simply gonna... oh shit, my bad. I think it simply will keep going, right? You also get more points for winning in this track than you did on the previous one. So there's that. So it seems that it's not a very smooth transition. It's also not smooth in Tokyo Extreme Racer at all. Essentially every time that someone challenges you to race, like you have a little cutscene before actually doing it. So it's trying to copy that, but it's pretty lame. I think that it's pretty lame because you can definitely make a game with a mechanic like that without needing to put a cutscene in. I mean, I will know, I played one, it's called Need for Speed Rivals. You can get challenged at any time and the action keeps going the same way it was before. Okay, this was the guy. Gotcha. So I think in that case, so Itsuki and Chan are two completely different characters. So I think that the characters might actually be static. Like, because this guy repeated at the beginning of the track, basically. But here I did get more length than the track's length, like I was able to loop. So I don't think the game cares about that, unfortunately. Whatever. There is Beijing and... well, I probably should go full aerodynamics, but honestly, who cares? It's not like... I mean, unless they make the rivals harder, I'm not gonna lose. Oh, but I might lose if the game doesn't load. Okay, never mind, it did load. Got a little bit scared. Well, maybe it took longer. Hold up, Beijing, I should have selected Shanghai. But wasn't this one earlier? Well, not like I can go back anyways. Well, it's a little bit weird. Did I really go down twice? Am I that big of a moron? Maybe. Well, we're gonna be racing against the protagonist here. Well, doesn't seem like it matters. Yeah, essentially all these guys are most likely balanced, assuming that this is the first time that you are playing. Like, they don't take into account any upgrade, they essentially just exist in there. pretty funny. How could you lose? You should probably ask yourself how could you win. And there was no way you could. So looking at it better, I think that I probably will say that between this skin and the yellow one that is supposed to be the tiger skin, I think I prefer the tiger skin. The way that one looks seems a lot more original in that regard. It's whatever. Now, I'm curious to see if the time trial mode has something special about it or not, because the thing about that mode is that, or rather, the thing about this mode is that it's completely different to how it's advertised. Like, this mode, the description says that this is a free roam mode where you can freely go across the city. No. Like, you go through a set path and you randomly race against assholes that show up, and you don't have a choice in the matter either, you know? So in that regard, a little bit dumb. Because it doesn't have much to do with what it says. So you cannot have more slipstream time than 10 seconds per race. But when I say race, I mean the challenge, whatever you want to call it. When you are challenged by one of these guys, is what I'm trying to say. That seems to indeed be the case. Oh, and this guy appears here too. I don't know. They might actually be random opponents, because if they weren't random, I don't think they will repeat them like this. Since this guy already appeared before. Oh, and also, hold up. This guy is actually going fast here. Is he gonna win? That will be very messed up. Actually, he will. So when this happens, you simply... Oh, you get a penalty. Hey, that's pretty fucked up. Huh. Pretty funny though, I gotta admit. Very, very funny. Huh. Damn. That's very messed up, because every other opponent was extremely free. And then this guy comes in and kicks my ass like that. Very messed up. But hey, it happens. If I had more aerodynamics, maybe I could have done better. Seeker of War. What a cheesy name, dude. I think the one and only is cheesy enough, but these ones are even cheesier. So this order is actually the way it was. For some reason, Beijing appears before Shanghai, even though Shanghai, I think it's because of the course length. Like, this one is 20 something kilometers, so it's probably gonna take almost twice as much as the previous one to load. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, didn't take twice, but it took some time. I don't think it, unless they give me a lot of time, I don't think I'm gonna be able to loop all the way. Also, is this the reason why the game is called Loop Racer? Because you just keep doing the same shit over and over in a loop? Because when you think about the name of the game, what the fuck is a fast beat loop racer? Like, what does that even mean? You know? That's such a weird thing to say. Hey, that's fine. I don't particularly mind. I mean... Oh, and Rio appears here too. Okay, so at this point, I gotta assume that the rivals are fully random. And it's interesting that the card that he shows up with is that one. Because here's the thing. Let's say that you didn't play the story yet and you play this mode. You will actually get spoiled that the guy loses the card and races with this one. Unless this mode is only unlockable the first time that you beat the story. I mean, it's been so long. Okay, you get a lot of time for beating an opponent here, 32 seconds. The idea of this is that you will be able to loop at least once, like the whole track. That's the idea. Definitely don't want to have this guy chasing you. Oh, isn't that a very stupid thing to say? Being a chaser is the best thing I'm good at. Like, if you're racing, you shouldn't be very proud of chasing. You know? Should be more proud about leading. Okay, whatever. If you enjoy being behind me, I don't mind. Well, I'm afraid that I cannot look on your technique because you are behind me, mister. I mean, I could look at my... Damn, you just got lucky. That's funny. Yeah, I just got lucky, of course. Clearly. And now I actually want to... see what time trial has to offer. Because time trial might have something interesting, or not. If it is actually getting objective times and those times are hard to get, that will be very interesting to do. Kinda like, well, I don't expect them to be like the Gran Turismo license tests, but hey, maybe something similar in a sense, right? Something relatively similar. Okay. So maybe the final rival of each of this is actually gonna be hard to beat. Maybe that's the idea. Though it wasn't really the case in the first two places. It was only a thing in Beijing where I got my ass completely kicked. Oh, and by this same guy. So it might happen again. I hope not, but it could very easily happen. We will hope that it's not the case. I feel like I wanna change to the tiger skin. That skin really looks very pretty to me. This one in comparison just looks quite generic, I feel. It looks nice, yes, but when you look at it, it's basically just like most of the other skins in the game. It's black and white. like it has very nice looking like lining and shit, but also this guy is legitimately very close to me. So I don't know what it is about Kamisaka, but wait, did I win? Yeah, I won. It's shit. So yeah, it seems that Kamisaka is the final boss of this mode, but I still haven't seen. I was out to say Shang Tsung, I mean Fei Long, sorry. Wrong Chinese fighting game character. It would be nice to have a character named Shang Tsung here. I mean, if you could get away with Fei Long. So I wonder up until what point Ryu appears again and in the same spot. Well, now I have my doubts again if these opponents are random or not. They might not be at all. These opponents might actually be completely static every time. So essentially, I think the most that you can do is that you can loop through the track once and that's it. Like, you're not getting any further than that, most likely. Distance specialist. That sounds more like a nerd title than something that's supposed to be intimidating. Right, so time attack mode. Well, it seems that it's the same track that on the other places, you know. I don't know why Osaka is shown as being the first one. Let me go to Tokyo. Oh, you have different routes. So it's not a single track. Okay, so what's the set time? Oh, there is no set time. Well, that's disappointing. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is a traditional time attack mode. Oh, you can choose a ghost, but it seems that this functionality doesn't work because it says world rank 1 and it's grayed out. Well, personal best is grayed out obviously because I haven't played it. Unless it gets unlocked once you do it once. Kinda like the Mario Kart games. You know that in the... Well, Mario Kart and Crash Team Racing is the one that does it like that. Well, I think Mario Kart also does it like that, depending on which one. But like you might need to beat it once at a specific time to unlock the number 1. Because something tells me that that number 1 might just be an in-game time and not an actual, you know, developer ghost. That would be pretty interesting if it is a developer ghost. Like I will welcome it with open arms. I don't think it is. To mention it will probably be a little bit of a pain in the ass to do it anyways. Like having to beat every race first. Well, every time trial first to then beat the actual developer time. Well, I guess if I did it in Crash Team Racing, I can do it here, but I think that I probably wouldn't. So if it was an actual world number 1 taken from online, that would be a very cool thing to do. Another thing that makes me think is that that world number 1 is completely local. So if your personal best is the best time in this current computer, that will appear as world number 1. So that makes me even question the fact that this game has online at all. Because things like this like an online Steam leaderboard is something that you could easily do. But I guess no. Well, it will be full of cheaters, that's for sure, but I mean, that's besides the point. Yeah, I'm assuming that this time here is the one that's gonna show up as world number 1, most likely. But unfortunately, the time trial mode doesn't seem like it was as interesting as I initially expected. The fastest? That's a very generic title. At least it's fitting, but yeah, that seems to be it, because, you know, here if you go look at it again, well, actually it's still grayed out. So that World Rank 1 is either something that at some point was something, or that it's nothing. Also, you cannot go back, by the way. For some reason, that's something that this game has that is weird. That you can never really go back once you enter a specific menu. I'm not sure why. It happens also if you go to story mode. Like, once you selected that, there is no going back. It's similar to how you cannot pause in the game. Like, it's one of those games that is made in a way that you cannot break the sequence of order that is premeditated, right? It reminds me of some shoot 'em ups that have something relatively similar to that, where they essentially you start selecting the game, the ship, and the difficulty, and at no point in that whole selection you can actually go back. Like, you have to select all of that in that sequence, in that order, and that's the end of that. Like, nothing more, nothing less. So, a little bit weird. But it's far from the weirdest thing this game has, you know. All things considered, it's very, very far from the weirdest. It's whatever. I feel like I wanna do at least one time trial in each race, because maybe by doing that you unlock a title. I mean, hard to tell if the previous one was the fastest, because that seemed like a very general title. Doesn't seem like it will get unlocked by doing a specific track, but seems like it simply gets unlocked by getting first into the leaderboard. It really makes me wonder if this was originally an arcade game or not. Honestly, it seems like a kind of thing that unless you dig deep, it's hard to understand the origins. Wait, didn't I already have the... Hold up. Record holder? So... this makes me think that you cannot change the titles unless you do it while they appear. That would be pretty fucked up, but I feel like that's the case, right? Because essentially right there it said record holder, which also was an unlockable title from the other, like, free roam mode. So why would it make it appear if I already got it before? So it means that you cannot willingly change your title you have to meet the title again. Is that how it is? That sounds very stupid. Maybe it's not that way and you actually have a profile to change it, but for what I remember, you don't have a profile to change. You know? I don't think you do. It's whatever. Now, I feel like doing all the time trials will be interesting to do if the time trials themselves were interesting, but the thing is that if you want to do this, that I'm doing right now, you might as well simply play the story mode. It is essentially doing the races but without cars. Because I'm pretty sure that they are the exact same. Well, in fact, there are seats in each zone. So that makes me think that each one of these corresponds to the chapter, like, well, to the races inside the chapter, and the reverse ones are for the second half of the game. So it's what I say. If you wanna do this, you might as well simply play the story mode and that's it. There is absolutely no reason to do a time trial. At least if there was a time to beat. But yeah, technically there is a time to beat, it's 6 minutes, but yeah, you will have to purposely crash against every single wall and not go at full speed for that to happen. So that doesn't seem like a good idea if you ask me. Record chaser. Well, that's a different. Maybe it's a different one. The other one that I remember, like, it simply had the world record and that's it. I might be a little bit dumb. That's a pretty small route. Might as well do it. But yeah, and I think that this is the last thing I'm gonna do. I mean, I don't really have anything else in the game to do. The extreme mode was beaten, and after that there is the credits and nothing else. That mileage mode you played once and that's pretty much it. And this time trial, there is no, as I say, no reason to do them other than, like, if you do the story mode. You don't have a reason to play this. So, yeah. I guess in that regard, we are just done with it. I wanted to keep going until the end of the stream, but I guess not. I think that there's just nothing else of interest. I could try and see how the multiplayer mode will react. Because if we're gonna be trying every single mode, might as well try that as well. But I heavily doubt anyone else is playing this game right now. And even less so that anyone else is trying to find someone online. So I guess I just wanna see it, to see if the game will crash or not. It would be pretty funny if it did, though. A little bit sad, but it would be an interesting experience, I guess. Yeah, no, probably wouldn't want that to happen. Yeah, I think that at least, you know, with the story mode you already have enough content to just play through, and that's it. You don't really need anything else. Just that I want to make sure I see everything there is to see about this game so I can forget about it. I mean, not like I want to forget about it. It's just so I make sure I'm not missing anything, you know? So I make sure that everything that I did is everything there is to do. Okay, so all of these are different titles. They all have the world record, but they have a different word afterwards. So, multiplayer mode, matchmaking. This is not gonna work, right? What if this thing... Okay, at least it didn't leak my IP. Wait, no way. Oh, it created a lobby. Okay. Basically, it creates a lobby and eventually someone will join. It's obviously not gonna happen, but that's the way the game works. So, if you actually want to play this game with friends, at least it seems it has a functioning online. It's just that unless I can get into a match, I cannot see how bad the netcode is gonna be. Like, it's probably unplayable for all I know, but hey, at least you can create a lobby. You know, that's cool. It also says, weird that it says maximum usable settings, as if that was a setting you could change. Pretty sure that's not an option, right? So why is that even something? Matchmaking region. Then it actually has my country. Well, it seems like it has every country, and it puts like the most probable ones that will be playing the game first. So that's interesting. Well, I think that we cannot see more about this game other than what we already saw. We basically done everything the game has to offer, so I guess that's it for this game. I enjoyed it. It's a little bit... Well, it also has an intro. Forget about the intro. I think it was an interesting 4-year experience, but it's come to an end, so hey, GG for Fast Beat Loop Racer G Team.